Hey, we're doing a little video here. We have a 1986 Kawasaki, and it's a 454 LTD, and we're doing a starter removal on it, and the starter is buried down inside there. That's the starter down in there, and there's two bolts. There's one bolt there, and one on this side over there where I already took it out. Okay, so basically on the starter, what you have to do, we disconnected the battery first. We disconnected the positive terminal, and then we pulled the two bolts out. The other bolts I just have the other bolt sitting in there. I just have the other bolt sitting in there so you can see it. But we can reach in there and pull that bolt out. Okay, and then after we got that done, we still couldn't get the starter out. So what we did is we went to the other side of the motorcycle. On the other side of the motorcycle here, you can see this is the front part of the starter. Right there, we disconnected the wire going to there, which is more than likely the ground wire. We disconnected that. The positive wire is on the other side. Okay, so what we did was we took a tool. I took a tool, looks like this right here, just a little pry bar. Okay, and I sat it down inside here. And then I just kept prying around the edges, and finally the starter pushed out. So now you can see, if you look in there, you can see the starter separated from the housing. So now what we got to do is go over on the other side, and we got to pick the starter up and then pull the starter out the rest of the way. And once we get that done, not the best lighting here, but once we get that finished, then we should be able to get the starter out of there. So we're going to go to the other side, and we're going to see if we can pull that out, or whether or not we're going to have to pull the carburetors to get it out. But let's go over there and we'll give it a shot and see what happens. See if we have to pull the carburetors out, or if we'll be able to get to it without pulling the carburetors out. Get your hand in here. Okay, now I got it pulled back all the way. Now we just got to get it up. What's that line there? Whatever that vacuum line is. That looks like it goes up top. There's a vacuum line back there. We might have to get that out of our way because it's not going to let me pull. It's not going to let me pull the thing out, but it goes from up top here all the way down and into the air cleaner box. So we'll have to figure out how we can move that. So just give me a couple minutes here. We'll figure out how to get that out of the way, and then I'll show you, and then we'll finish pulling the starter out. Okay, we pushed the starter out from the other side, and I got it up in here like that. Had to rotate it, and then when it came out, I rotated it back. But now we can just take this, turn it straight so we can clear the cylinder head there, and clutch cable in that. And then we should be able to just wiggle it out of there. Do this, give it a wiggle, get that cable out of my way. Okay, there we go. Now we got the starter out. Now we can disconnect the positive side. We're going to take that off, but let's get a flashlight here and we'll show you what's going on. But in there is where the starter went in, all the way over in that little hole over there. That's where the starter goes in and connects. So basically you don't have to take much apart. You got to take the two screws out, which are located there and there, and then you just go on the other side and push the starter out from the housing. And then we just pushed it over far enough to get it up in between the cylinder heads, but we didn't have to take the carburetors. We didn't have to pull that hose I thought we'd have to pull off. So it was pretty easy there, but this is how we got the starter out of an 86 Kawasaki 454 LTD. Hope this helps you, man. If it does, man, give me a like, and I'd appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good day.